7:30. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Ms. Francis, our secretary, call the roll, please.
Charles Fitzpatrick.
Here.
Marvin Towle.
Here.
Francis Mesereau here. Mark Richmond.
Here in spirit.
Paulette Gosman. Here. Gerald Miro.
Here.
Michael Schenkel.
Here.
Terry Dusigny.
Here.
Sharon Trapicion. Here. We have a quorum.
Our first order of business is to discuss and decide the association insurance matters. We will open for discussion.
Don't make the motion.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is there a motion on the table?
I move that we accept the insurance proposal of John Galt for the coming year.
Do we have a seconder?
I'll second.
Sharon seconded. Discussion?
Yeah, I mean, like, approximately what are we going to save on this new insurance?
Saving, kind of overall from last year, about $140,000.
That is $140,000 saving over from last year.
The property rates have gone down. I have not had a chance to do research in the short time to see what the impact was, you know, why, or rate filings or anything like that. I can do that, but it seems that the big savings is going to be in the property side. The other side, the other area where we see savings is in our D&O insurance. In their proposal, we were able to drop our rate, or our coverage amount from $5 million to $1 million, because our umbrella policy, which is $25 million, will kick in once we've exhausted the $1 million limit. That creates a savings for us. There's no need to pay for additional coverage on the primary policy when the umbrella will kick in anyway. So that was another over, I think, $10,000 in savings. So those were the two main factors in the savings over last year.
I have a breakdown, Colette. If you don't mind, I'll read it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Last year, property insurance cost us $451,796,000. For the same coverage this year, it's $200. I'm sorry.
Better coverage.
Better coverage. Thank you. Better coverage. The amount is $270,302,000 for a savings of $181,494.
Why the difference in savings?
Yes, of course, Terry, I have something. Yeah, there's a mic right there.
Yeah, the insurance industry as a whole has come down, and when you compare apples against apples from the company from last year, they came down as well. There's only when you break it down, there's only a difference of about $3,000. It's about $3,000. So it didn't matter who you called. The company we had last year was coming down anyway, so it's not a dramatic. It's not some fine they went out and got.
And that's correct, by the way. That is totally correct.
Because I heard
but the bottom line is that for the village, it's $140,000 less than we actually have to pay. And if you look overall, that does a lot to our bottom line.
I heard some comments. So I wanted everybody to know that no matter who looked it up, or even if we had the same company, it would only have been about a $2,000 or $3,000 difference. But there is some little things that they'll improve, you know, on the insurance side. But the $150,000 or whatever the savings is was industry-wide. Every company,
correct,
no matter
correct.
who we call.
Thank you, Terry. That's correct.
May I just make one comment?
Absolutely.
Now, the only comment I want to make is, again, that with the insurance that we're considering from John Galt, our coverage is a little better than the coverage we had with our previous company. And some of our property last year was not covered by insurance. And we've made sure that the schedule of coverage it was extended so that it includes everything that we own. And John Galt offers legal services and counseling services, and if the directors so choose, they'll even do the sessions for certification as directors. The company is just offering us a very, very lovely service policy as well as good coverage, and with the insurance companies with which our individual policies will be placed, you know, are all very, very high-rated companies, and I understand that the rating of these companies indicates that they have good backup insurance. So I feel that we should be very comfortable, very confident with the companies that are going to be handling our account this year.
And excuse me, just for a second, are any other questions from the Board of Directors? Yes, Dr. Richmond.
Number one, I think all of us owe some appreciation to Colette, who worked, as I know, mightily over the last several days, given the constraints of time, to go through the package, look at it from an insurance person's perspective, and come up with a suggestion for all of us who know nothing about insurance to agree upon. So I think we all owe her a vote of confidence in that regard. Secondly, I would like to say in favor of the insurance agent, the John Galt Agency. They've had several emails to all of us on the board, and I've been impressed with the supposed honesty and straightforwardness of their presentations. That's all I can say, and I would heartily support the switch to this company.
Are there any other comments from the Board of Directors? Go ahead.
Timer down.
You can have my time, Mr. Vice President.
Thank you. All the documents that I've seen and everything that I've heard points to the policy from John Galt. I have not heard anything compelling to say, no, we shouldn't do it and we should do something else. So I'm taking the little I read, the numbers look good. But overall, I'm taking my cue from the people who really understand it, and I'm supporting it.
Thank you, Mark.
One significant thing too is that with this program we were able to get lower deductibles. Not on our wind coverage, because we have the minimum that is available in the industry for commercial property. But we were able to get our deductibles on all our individual buildings, more like fire, water damage, coverages like that, from $5,000 to $1,000. So that's less out of pocket for the association. Also on our miscellaneous property, the tennis courts, fencing, our cherry pickers, our golf carts, our other things, we were also able to decrease our wind deductible on that policy from 10% to 7.5%. So even though, you know, we're paying, the premiums were pretty close, our savings on our out-of-pocket deductibles are great. So that was another thing we were looking at doing as an association, is trying to get our deductibles lower, so when we did have losses, we would not have a large out-of-pocket expense first before the insurance company would come in. So that's significant along with that.
Thank you, Colette. Before we put this motion to a vote, I'd like to open to the audience, to our owners, if they have any questions. No questions? Then I'd like to put this to a vote. Any opposition to accepting the John Galt Insurance Agency policy?
Unanimous.
Carried unanimously. Thank you.
All right, can we call him?
I'm doing that now.
Yeah. The next thing on the agenda is something that I take personal responsibility for. We should have done this at the organizational meeting. We completely forgot a very dedicated member of our board for the hard work that he has done. And at this time, I would like to make a motion to elect Michael Schenkel as our assistant treasurer. Do I have a second? Yes, I do.
Would you accept?
Well, I thought you would, so I thought it was a rhetorical question. Do I have a seconder?
Second.
Mark Richmond, seconded. Any opposition? Congratulations, Michael, you're our assistant treasurer.
I don't know if it was congratulations.
The next piece of business is I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Thank you very much for attending.